Two fifth-generation fighters, one American, one Russian. Both claim air superiority. Only one can be right. The F-35 Lightning II has never been shot down in combat. The Su-57 Felon has never faced a real enemy. Today, we settle the debate that keeps Pentagon analysts awake at night. Which fighter would win in actual combat? The answer might surprise you. The F-35 Lightning II isn't just one aircraft. It's three fighters in one program, designed to replace nearly every combat aircraft in the American arsenal. The F-35A conventional takeoff variant, the F-35B short takeoff vertical landing model, the F-35C carrier-based fighter. With over 1,100 F-35s delivered, America and 19 allied nations have selected the jet, with more than 10 flying it operationally. This represents the largest fighter production run since World War II, making it the backbone of Western air power. But numbers don't win dogfights. Technology does. The F-35's stealth coating makes it virtually invisible to radar. Its distributed aperture system gives pilots 360-degree vision through the aircraft. 6 infrared cameras provide real-time imaging that gets projected directly onto the pilot's helmet visor. Imagine flying an aircraft where you can literally see through the floor to spot ground targets or look through the wings to track enemy fighters. That's the F-35's reality. The F-35 fuses radar, EW, and 6 infrared cameras into one picture on the pilot's helmet, so you see threats without ever turning your head. Exact ranges are classified, but the advantage isn't. The AN/ASQ-239 suite can detect, geolocate, and jam threats, while the APG-81 radar supports advanced electronic attack, so the jet can kick down the door and keep itself alive. All of this information gets fused into a single display that shows the pilot a comprehensive battlefield picture. But here's what makes the F-35 truly dangerous. Coming up next, we'll reveal the Russian fighter that Moscow claims can beat it. Meet the Sukhoi Su-57 Felon, Russia's answer to American fifth-generation fighters. Flight Global's 2025 handbook lists around 14 Su-57s in service, with additional deliveries likely putting totals in the low 20s, making it the most exclusive fighter jet currently in production. The Su-57 can perform aggressive maneuvers, including Cobra-type moves where the aircraft stops in midair and points its nose straight up. Western fighters demonstrate comparable high angle of attack and post-stall tricks, though the Su-57's thrust vectoring gives it exceptional agility. Russia's Su-57 is built for agility, thrust vectoring, high AOA tricks, and claimed supercruise, though open sources point to around Mach 1.3 without afterburner, not Mach 2. It carries 6 air-to-air missiles internally and can mount external weapons that compromise stealth. Its Saturn AL-41F1 engines produce 32,000 pounds of thrust each with full 3D thrust vectoring. Those engines can point in any direction, giving the Su-57 maneuverability that American pilots describe as impossible. In close-range combat, this aircraft can literally fly sideways while pointing its weapons at targets behind it. It uses a distributed radar suite, nose and cheek active electronically scanned arrays plus L-band arrays tied into the Himalayas electronic warfare system. This setup can support electronic warfare functions, though specific capabilities remain unconfirmed. Production problems, engine issues, and massive costs have limited numbers. At least one Su-57 was damaged by a Ukrainian strike at Akhtubinsk in June 2024, which brings us to the question everyone wants answered. In a head-to-head fight, which aircraft would win? The first battle happens before either pilot even knows the other exists. It's a contest of stealth, sensors, and who shoots first. Precise radar cross-sections for both jets are classified, so public numbers are speculative. The F-35 surfaces are perfectly aligned to scatter radar waves. Every panel gap is sealed. Weapons are carried internally. The Su-57 has exposed engine compressor faces, external weapons pylons, and surface details that compromise stealth. AIM-120D range is classified, with credible estimates around 100+ miles. The Su-57 carries the R-37M missile, with export versions reaching up to 200 kilometers. But domestic variants may have longer range, depending on flight profile. If Russian sensors can actually track stealth targets at that distance, the Felon might shoot first. Both aircraft carry advanced electronic warfare systems. The F-35's AN/ASQ-239 can jam multiple frequency bands simultaneously. The Su-57's Himalaya system can reportedly disrupt satellite communications and GPS guidance. In this invisible battle, the first aircraft to achieve a missile lock wins. But what happens if they get close enough to actually see each other? Close-range dogfighting is where the Su-57's design philosophy shines. Those thrust vectoring engines and unstable aerodynamics make it a nightmare opponent in visual combat. The Felon can pull maneuvers that would rip the wings off most fighters. It can point its nose at targets while flying in completely different directions. American test pilots who've studied the aircraft describe it as flying like a helicopter with afterburners. The F-35 was never designed for dogfighting. It's optimized for stealth and sensors, not knife fight agility. Both aircraft have operational G limits around 9 Gs, though the Su-57's thrust vectoring and aerodynamics favor close-range maneuvering. In sustained turns, the Su-57 can outmaneuver the F-35. In vertical climbs, the Russian fighter has more raw power. In energy management, the Felon maintains advantage through most flight regimes. But the F-35 has one equalizer. The pilot's helmet-mounted display can lock onto targets anywhere around the aircraft. Combined with the AIM-9X Sidewinder's off-bore sight capability, F-35 pilots can shoot at targets they're not even pointing at. The AIM-9X can engage targets up to 90 degrees off the aircraft's nose. Even if the Su-57 is behind the F-35, American pilots can still take the shot. But there's something most people don't know about this matchup. The real winner might not be the aircraft at all. The best aircraft in the world is only as good as the pilot flying it. And here's where the real advantage emerges. F-35 pilots train on the most advanced simulators ever built. They practice against computer-generated enemies that fly with superhuman precision. Every possible combat scenario gets rehearsed hundreds of times before pilots ever face real threats. Recent open-source data shows U.S. fighter flying hours have fluctuated due to budget and readiness factors, while Russian VKS fighter pilots average around 100 to 120 hours annually. Quality of training and simulator use matter significantly beyond just flight hours. They train against aggressor squadrons flying captured foreign aircraft. Red flag exercises pit them against the most realistic threats possible. Budget constraints limit training opportunities for Russian pilots. Only a handful of pilots have significant experience in the aircraft. F-35 pilots train with allies from 13 different nations. They share tactics, techniques, and threat information. Combat experience from Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria gets incorporated into training programs. Su-57 pilots have limited combat experience. The aircraft has been deployed to Syria for testing, but hasn't engaged in actual air-to-air combat. Most flight time consists of demonstration flights and basic proficiency training. Experience matters in combat. American pilots have been flying advanced fighters for decades. They understand how to maximize stealth advantages and exploit enemy weaknesses. But experience and training don't guarantee victory. Coming up, we'll reveal what happened when these aircraft almost faced each other for real. Syria provided the closest thing to a real-world test between these aircraft. Both the F-35 and Su-57 operated in the same airspace, sometimes within miles of each other. Israeli F-35s conducted combat missions against Syrian and Iranian targets. Russian Su-57s deployed to Khmeimim Air Base for operational testing. For months, the world's most advanced fighters shared the same sky. The F-35 has logged real combat use, including Israel's first operational strikes in 2018, completing dozens of missions without being detected or engaged. Syrian air defenses, supplied and operated by Russia, never successfully tracked the Lightning II. F-35 strikes destroyed Iranian weapons facilities, Syrian air defense sites, and Hezbollah supply depots. The aircraft operated with complete impunity in airspace, protected by some of the world's most advanced surface-to-air missiles. Meanwhile, Su-57 operations remained limited to demonstration flights and carefully controlled missions. The aircraft never engaged Israeli F-35s, despite multiple opportunities for interception. American and Russian forces maintained deconfliction protocols to prevent accidental encounters, but military analysts noted that Russian commanders seemed reluctant to test the Su-57 against operational F-35s. After less than 6 months, Russia withdrew most Su-57s from Syria. Official reasons included completion of testing objectives, but defense experts suspected the aircraft wasn't ready for operations near advanced Western systems. This real-world deployment revealed something crucial about the balance between these fighters. Even if the Su-57 could match the F-35 in individual combat, Russia faces an impossible numbers problem. Lockheed Martin produces roughly 150 F-35s annually across 3 production lines. Russia has built around 22 Su-57s total, with production rates of maybe 6 to 12 aircraft per year when funding allows. The United States operates alongside allied F-35s from Britain, Italy, Netherlands, Australia, Japan, and 7 other nations. In any potential conflict, Russia's 24 Su-57s would face hundreds of allied Lightning IIs. Recent lots 15 to 17 priced the F-35A around the low-mid $80 million flyaway cost, depending on variant, and continues falling as production increases. F-35s are designed for coordinated operations. They can share targeting data, coordinate attacks, and operate as nodes in a larger battle network. Su-57s operate primarily as individual fighters with limited networking capability. Russia simply lacks the industrial capacity to mass-produce advanced fighters. Sanctions have limited access to Western technology. Economic constraints restrict military spending. The Su-57 program may never reach significant production. But there's one factor that could change everything. The Su-57's most dangerous capability isn't its maneuverability or stealth. It's something most people never consider. The Su-57's real strength isn't dogfighting. It's the ability to carry weapons that can change the entire battlefield before American fighters even arrive. The R-37M missile gives the Su-57 a 200-mile engagement range against large targets like tankers, AWACS aircraft, and electronic warfare platforms. These are the aircraft that enable F-35 operations thousands of miles from home bases. Destroy the tankers, and F-35s can't reach the battle. Eliminate AWACS aircraft, and American fighters lose their long-range sensors. Take out electronic warfare platforms, and the entire battle network collapses. The Su-57 can also carry air-launched cruise missiles with ranges exceeding 500 miles. These weapons can strike aircraft carriers, air bases, and logistics centers that support F-35 operations. This is Russia's anti-access strategy. Don't fight American fighters directly. Instead, destroy the infrastructure that allows them to operate. Force F-35s to fight from disadvantageous positions or prevent them from reaching the battle entirely. Future Su-57 variants may carry hypersonic weapons that can strike targets anywhere in a theater within minutes. These weapons fly too fast for current air defenses to intercept. But the United States has developed countermeasures that could neutralize these advantages entirely. In a one-on-one dogfight between experienced pilots, the outcome depends entirely on engagement conditions. Beyond visual range, the F-35's stealth and sensors provide decisive advantages. American pilots would likely detect and engage Su-57s before Russian fighters could respond effectively. In close-range combat, the Su-57's maneuverability and thrust vectoring create significant challenges for F-35 pilots. Russian fighters could outmaneuver and potentially defeat Lightning IIs in traditional dogfights. But modern air combat rarely involves close-range dogfighting. Most engagements happen at ranges where stealth and sensors matter more than maneuverability. The F-35 was designed for this reality. In actual warfare, pilot training, numerical superiority, and allied support would likely determine the outcome more than individual aircraft capabilities. The F-35 program has advantages in all these areas. Both aircraft represent transitional technology. The United States is developing the next-generation air dominance fighter. Russia is working on the MiG-41 interceptor. These fights may be decided by aircraft that haven't been built yet. The F-35 Lightning II versus Su-57 Felon matchup reveals something important about modern warfare. Individual aircraft capabilities matter less than the entire system supporting them. Training, logistics, allied cooperation, and industrial capacity determine who controls the skies. The F-35 may not be the most maneuverable fighter ever built, but it represents something more valuable. It's the backbone of an alliance that spans the globe and includes most of the world's advanced military powers. That's the real reason the Lightning II is untouchable.